Time is a strange thing. It is the only thing that you have, actually. It's the only thing that you have. But you can neither give it nor take it. It does not work as an instrument of transaction. Whatever you do, you can only lose time. You sleep, you lose time, you work, you lose time, you're awake, you lose time, you're unconscious, you lose time. All that happens, no matter what you're doing with your life, is you're losing time. You can neither fast forward it, nor can you rewind it, nor can you slow it down. It just goes on according to its own accord, unconcerned about you. You can do illusory markings with New Year's days and birthdays, saying this is 1 year is gone by. But this year and the next year doesn't taste or feel any better or worse than the other. The body, in body, you're a creature of time. As a being, a timeless presence. If you do not delve deep enough and find the taste of timelessness, the taste of timeless being, you shall forever be a loser because the only thing that you have is time and you're losing it all the time. So don't be a loser. As you can only lose time, your only possession forever you're a loser. No, it's not all that bad, because you're not here forever. Your audio shall be soon over, you know. Is audio okay? Hello? My monitor is not good, I can't feel it. If you go with time, you can only be a loser because that's the only commodity you have and you keep losing it all the time. Tasteless, senseless, ruthless cycles of time, like a grinding mill, just goes on and on. The juice of life is stored in many wooing steps or installments, a bit in the body, a little bit of juice in the body, a bit more in the mind, much more in our emotions. But the fruit of life in your being, this magical being, not accessible to a logical fool, this is the whole problem. How to live without logic, Sadhguru? Well, logic is the foundation of your life. If you don't have a stable, strong foundation, well, you know, what are the problems one has? But it's the foundation. If you live in the foundation of your house, these days they call it a basement, but generally it's a dungeon. You're below the ground, I mean to say. You never taste the sweetness of fresh breath, the warmth of sunlight, the spring blossom, the grandeur of sunrises or sunsets. You will only know dank survival process. Who cares, Sadhguru, about sunrises, sunsets. Tell us if there is Wi-Fi. Maybe. That also will not be very… speed will not be good. But even underground, Wi-Fi can work. So I'm saying, essentially, if you become a slave of time, you become slave of transactional world. Transactional world means you start believing you're giving and taking many things. Transactional world means you believe you're acquiring something, you're losing something. No, the only possession you have is time, and you're losing it all the time. Unless you touch the timeless dimension of your being, anyway a loser, there is nothing to gain. There is really nothing to gain. You know what happened when Shankaran Pillai was drowning? No. What? I've told you before. Which lake shall we drown him in? Because Coimbatore lakes are all very shallow, you can't drown. So, it once happened, the largest lake in India is the Chilka Lake. So, Shankaran Pillai once went boating and the boat turned over and he started drowning. Then he screamed for help. And then, having been a man who had stored up a lot of money and wealth in his life, he shouted, whoever saves my life, I will give you 1 crore rupees. So anyway, there were some fishermen who quickly came and pulled him out and they brought him to the shore. And then people said, you said 1 crore rupees, if you give 1 crore rupees, our families will live well, there's so many of us here. He said, I have 1 crore rupees to really save my life, but I was not dead. I was only halfway, so 50 lakhs I will give you. Hello? Fair deal, isn't it? He was not drowned yet. He was only drowning. So, like this, negotiations are going on with life, that you are exchanging life for something else. Maybe money, maybe wealth, maybe fame, maybe name, maybe sweetness of pleasure, or relationships, or this or that. Essentially, you're exchanging life for something else. Because life is not in the time. Life is in the timelessness of our existence. Time is just a cycle, going round and round. You have some sense of time because the clocks makes its circles. You have some sense of time because the planet spins. You have some sense of time because the moon goes around the planet. Some sense of time right now, today, because the planet went around the sun. I want you to just imagine, suppose planets started going around the sun at half the speed, then 2 years would become 1 year. If it started going double the speed, 6 months would become 1 year in your experience. So, these are all mechanizations that you fixed in your mind. It doesn't exist anywhere. It doesn't exist anywhere that there is something like that. It is just a certain fixture in your mind which is culturally reinforced in so many different ways.